Every day we come close to disaster, but somehow manage to dodge the bullet. In this video, we're going to show you some of the most close calls in history that could have easily ended the world as we know it. Hello and welcome back to our channel, The Juicy Truth. If you've got a thirst for knowledge that never quits, then do subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to never miss an update from us in the future. Today, we're going to show you some of the craziest events that could have easily brought about the end of days. Some of these are so close that you'll be on the edge of your seat wondering how humanity managed to survive. Buckle up, because it's about to get bumpy. Number 5, 4581 Asclepius. It seems the 1980s intended to exterminate us all. Astronomers Henry Holt and Norman Thomas made the 4581 Asclepius asteroid discovery on March 31, 1989. They also learned that the asteroid had come quite close to hitting us. Asclepius had passed the Earth by just 425,000 miles less than a week earlier. Unfortunately, it may be exceedingly challenging to spot approaching asteroids, and this one managed to elude the detection technologies of the late 1980s. On the cosmic scale of things, that was a close call, said Holt. A 600 megaton atomic bomb's worth of destruction would result from Asclepius colliding with Earth. To put that into perspective, just 15 kilotons of energy were released by the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Number 4, solar flare. In 2012, the world was meant to come to an end. Maybe. This is what they meant by that. Massive solar storms were experienced by the sun in July of that year. It produced a phenomenon known as a coronal mass ejection and was the most intense storm in more than a century. This phenomenon, called a CME, is essentially a huge plasma beam that has been magnetized. On July 23, 2012, the sun launched a CME directly into Earth's orbit, but fortunately, Earth had already passed through that very region of space the week before. We would have gone through a terrible darkness and been sent back in time if Earth had been struck. Oh, going back in time. That does sound cool, doesn't it? But the question is, how long back? Some calculations indicate that it would have taken years and about $2 trillion to repair the damage. Number 3, the CHICXULUB impact. Dinosaurs could have been wiped out by this asteroid. It would have easily wiped us out as well if we had been on Earth at the time. Everyone is aware that the dinosaurs were wiped out by an asteroid that struck Earth 66 million years ago. With a force of up to 900 billion atomic bombs, the enormous asteroid impacted the coast of present-day Mexico. Yes, 900 billion. 3/4 of all species on Earth went extinct as a result of the impact's alteration of the planet's climate and nuclear winter that resulted. This simply serves to emphasize how fragile life is. With the force of 900 billion Hiroshimas, a massive asteroid has the potential to wipe out the whole human race at any moment. Number 2, the Cuban Missile Crisis. The closest the world has ever been to nuclear war was in October of 1962. Around the globe, ballistic missiles were discovered, and the United States even installed ones in Turkey and Italy. The Soviet Union responded by firing missiles from Cuba against the United States. President Kennedy was compelled to establish the Executive Committee of the National Security Council because both nations expected nuclear war. They advised Kennedy to march into Cuba and declare war, but he chose a more diplomatic course of action. Cuba was placed under quarantine, and he insisted that its nuclear missiles be destroyed. America and the Soviet Union eventually came to an agreement whereby each nation would remove its missiles after some tough negotiations. Kennedy essentially saved the world by opting not to invade Cuba. Now, before we reveal our top pick, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. That said, let's move on. Number 1, the WINDSCALE fire. WINDSCALE in England experienced a fire on October 10, 1957, which resulted in significant radioactive fallout being released into the atmosphere. Iodine-131, which causes cancer, was widely disseminated throughout the United Kingdom over the 3 days that the fire burned. Similar to Chernobyl, the British government made enormous efforts to conceal and minimize this incident. Some things never change. At the time, WINDSCALE was regarded as the greatest nuclear accident in history, and was directly responsible for hundreds of cancer-related fatalities. Fortunately, the fire was put out before it could release additional dangerous radiation into the environment. It is a sobering thought that any one of these events could have easily destroyed us all. We are fortunate to be alive in this time, and we should take care to ensure that none of these events ever occur again. We must remember the lessons of history and strive to create a future that is safe and secure for all. Together, we can make sure that no event will ever again have the potential to end the world. Which one of these events scared you the most? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching.